Hello, welcome back to another video. So last week I attended my first wedding fair as a supplier, which was a really good experience. So basically I thought I'd just do this video and share with you how I got invited to do that wedding fair and some tips and sort of things that I learned from doing it that I share with you and maybe you can take something from. So the venue where I shot one of my first wedding videos was actually the venue that was holding the wedding fair. So after seeing the video that I shot of a wedding at their venue, they were really pleased with it and thought it was amazing, which is always nice. They basically contacted me after that wedding and asked if they could use that video on their website and at some of their open days. They also invited me to their annual wedding fair, which was an opportunity I just jumped at straight away. A few days later, the organiser of the wedding fair actually emailed me again and asked if I would mind filming a promotional video for the event, which they could use to advertise other events they're doing and other wedding fairs and stuff. So that was, so that's basically what I did. I spent half the day at my stand talking to a lot of brides and grooms to be, and I spent the other half wandering around talking to suppliers and filming the day and just everything that was going on at the wedding fair. So from what I learned from doing it, I would say that building bridges and relationships with the suppliers is one of the most important things from doing there. They're more likely to recommend you to other couples, other venues, and that's what it's all about really. So before that event, I'd not actually been to a wedding fair before, so I didn't really know what to expect. So it was all quite a new experience for me. So my setup for the day was actually pretty simple, but I think it worked quite well. So I got myself a massive 6-foot table and a huge tablecloth, and then had the concern of what I was going to put on it. I'll put a picture up now of my setup from the day. Obviously I needed a screen to go on it so I could play my highlight reel. So what I had playing all day was a wedding video that I actually shot from the venue where the wedding fair was held, and then at the end of that I had my highlight reel, which you can see in the end of my last video if you want to go and check that out. And I basically had that on loop the whole day on the screen. The venue where I was at, they actually located my stand behind a big TV, which was really handy, but I didn't know until the day, so I wasn't prepared for that. But I was able to play my video on that, which was really good. I also had a few things printed before, as you can see. So I got myself a 4-foot banner with my logo and like just basic contact details on it, which I put at the bottom of the table. I also got 2 A2 foam boards printed. So one of them had my like packages on it and what I offered, like some general details and like the prices of the packages, and the other just had some general info about what I can provide and some like pictures and just some other contact details and stuff. The rest of the table was basically made up of just wedding related ornaments. So like you can see I had that wooden Mr. and Mrs. thing and that China couple that's there. I had my leaflets spread across the table and on a stand as well. People could take away with them, and also had a bowl of chocolates at the front to entice people in to sort of get them closer and have a look at what I was doing. So as far as things I learned from doing the wedding fair, maybe some things I would have done differently, I think one of the most important things is building bridges and relationships with suppliers and the venue, really. I actually have a potential job from that wedding fair just from filming a promotional video for another supplier that was there for their business. So if nothing else comes from it, then that was a really good outcome. So take their business cards and give them yours, and when you get home you can go onto their social media, their Facebook and Instagram, and like their stuff, and hopefully they can like it back. I think it's important because you can recommend them, and hopefully they'll do the same for you if you build a good relationship with them. So if someone's looking for a flower vendor, then and you've built a good relationship with one that might recommend you, then send some work their way. Another thing I'd recommend doing is taking like a notepad, or you can print out forms before you go, or just a blank piece of paper would do, and just get people's information and their contact details on the day. So if they're interested or asking questions about what you can do, or if they're just not really sure about it, just ask them for their email address and their name, and just say I'll send you some more info in a couple of days. So basically then when I got back, I had like a big list of names and email addresses that I was ready to look through, and then I just sent them an email. And if I could refer to something personal in that email that I remember we spoke about, then that's always a good thing to do. But if not, basically I just sent them a link to my website and my social media, and just said if you have any questions or want any more information, just don't just sling me an email. And you can also offer like a discount, say like I'm offering a discount off of my package for you attending the wedding fair, maybe try and entice them into getting a booking. I think it's a good idea to do this because after a wedding fair, the couple has been absolutely bombarded with like leaflets and info and details and stuff from other suppliers. So unless they were really interested in what you're providing and like are looking to book you already, then the chances are your contact details and leaflet or whatever is just going to be at the bottom of the pile when they get home, and they're not going to look at it. So I think it's a good thing if you just follow up in 2 or 3 days once things have settled down, then you just trigger something in their memory that maybe they'll go on and have a look at your services and actually be really interested in what you can do when they've got a bit more time to look at it, and it might lead to more bookings or at least to more inquiries, which is what you want. So to sum up, basically I would say the best way from my experience to get in at these wedding fairs is to build good relationships with venues that you shoot your weddings at. So every venue you go to, just be a pleasure to work with and help out, and don't make things awkward, and hopefully they'll recommend you to other couples that come to their open days and invite you to events that they're holding, and that can all lead to more work, which is ultimately the main goal. So that's pretty much it for this video. I'm now going to play the promotional video that I filmed from the day so you can get an idea of what that was like. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a thumbs up, and if you have any questions or anything, be sure to let me know.